What's up, guys? This is Jason from the Jason&Jabari Gaming, and real quick, hopefully you guys are enjoying the content that we're throwing out. So do us a favor and hit the like and subscribe button. That greatly helps us out for people like you guys who like this type of content. And also take a second to check in the description where our link tree is. We have a lot to offer for you guys. With that being said, let's get into this war. So today we're going in with Doom, Magneto, and Torch, and we're actually going to start off on path 6, where we have this rank 3 Dr. Doom on Aggression Fury. This fight kind of worried me. I've taken it a couple of times. I don't remember dying to it, but it is a tough no because Aggression Fury in itself, I mean, you get 3 or 4 of those stacked up and you take a couple hits and you're dead. So I was kind of worried about this fight. But I talked to my officers about it. I wanted to go in kind of with red Magneto because of the block damage. Torch is really good, but he's also squishy. So they was like, no, you know, you build up too many prowess and he may have high MD, and that just might not be a good look. So the ultimate decision was to go in with Torch and kind of slow play. And I said, okay, no pre-fight or anything. So since I was kind of concerned about this fight, I threw on an invulnerability boost. Excuse me, can't talk. So just in case I took a couple hits, it wouldn't devastate me or anything like that. So we start off with the normal 3-hit combos, and then we go into a heavy, which activates Nova Flame. And then of course I get smacked in the face because I'm from SSX-1 and we like to get punched in the face. There he gets the shock on me from the dexterity buff, so I back off. I go back in, I get another shock placed on me, so I'm trying to stay back from him. He smacks me and gets another shock debuff on me, so I'm just like, okay, let me hurry up and get out of this fight before I die. So I go for my special 2, and you notice that power back boost gets me back to a special 1 just in case my combos didn't finish him off. But fortunately, we finished him off and we got out of that fight. So the next fight that we have on this path is a Kingpin. And I wasn't too sure on the strategy for this fight because I don't take path 6 that often, and I think they redid some notes and things like that. So this apparently has bubble shield now. So I had to go in, talk to my officers, hey, what do you guys want me to do? They was like, just go in with Doom. And I was like, all right. So apart from the power focus 1, which I thought was silly because everyone baits out Kingpin's special 1, I didn't understand this placement, but it just made it that much easier for me. So I go in with Doom. I block there, which I think bubble shield after 10 hits or 10 block hits, then they go unstoppable after the 10th blocked hit. But I don't plan on letting him get there, and I'm consistently baiting out a special 1 with no issues. I'm actually using my mediums because some of them stick and others don't, and it really doesn't matter to me because like I said, I'm going to keep on backing away from him, and I'll even hit into his block if I have to get him up to a special 1. So to me, I wanted to stay topped off on health, and that was the reason why I'm fighting this way. There I go for a draft back. He plays pretty aggressively, so it worked, but it wasn't necessary. So my recommendation is actually just take the block hits. Doom's a tank, but if you feel comfortable with back drafting and intercepting, then do that at your own leisure. I go for the special 3, and yeah, that's lights out, man. After a 5-hit combo, he's out. So that was a very clean fight, and that was all the fights that I had yesterday. So we're going to fast forward into present day, and I have 5 more fights. This is a very close war. For some reason or another, a lot of people were struggling today. I don't know, it's just one of those wars where everyone's just kind of not playing at the top of their game. And thus far I've been playing okay, but yeah, we'll see if that lasts or not. So since I got the boss and I have 2 minis, I'm going to go ahead and max boost real quick, get all my boost up for one foul swoop. I think I go for a Power Start 1. Yeah, because this is path 2, section B, and I really don't take this path. And apparently it's like Counter Strike or something like that. Something basically where you get a set amount of medium, lights, and heavies. And I don't really play the node at all. So I figured if you throw a special, it resets them. So that's why I went with the logic of using a Power Start 1. So I'm using Magneto here. This is his only fight for this Silver Centurion. And apparently you get a Disorient debuff on you as well if you do a well-timed block or something like that. So there's the passive Disorient. So I didn't want to get too many on there, so I go for a 5-hit and I immediately throw my special 1. And then he does a heavy after he hits me initially, and I punish, and then I keep basically going for special 1s. That's the entire strategy for this fight. I do like a few heavies, but I don't really utilize my heavies as much as I probably should. And I'm just blocking with Magneto. Like I said, there's only one need for him, and that's to solo this fight and get out alive. So I'm not really worried about block damage or anything like that. There I kind of get smacked, but as you can tell, this fight's not going that bad. Magneto is excellent against tech champions that are metal, and as you can see, down he goes. Not too many issues there. That was the first time I actually ever fought a Silver Centurion. I still can't tell you how to play him effectively, but I know he died on that one, so that's all I cared about. So the next fight is Black Widow, and this is kind of why I wanted to stay topped off on health when I was facing that Kingpin with Dr. Doom, is because I knew I was going to take this Black Widow. And this one is under pressure, so basically when you dash back, you can't re-dash back or something like that within a set amount of time, or else you get a Disorient debuff or something. So I don't intend on dashing back too many times. And the logic was using Doom on Black Widow. She does a lot of shock damage, but Doom is shock immune. So there I build up to a special 2, do a big special 2 on her, and basically she throws her special 1 and I'm just going to block. It's the same logic with Magneto, just hold block, and because she just needs to get out of this fight. I accidentally go for a heavy while she had that evade thing, and she catches me with it. I throw a special 1 to steal some of her power. She's almost dead. I just need to hit her a few more times. There I backed up twice, so I get the Disorient debuff on me, but it's not really a big deal. I thought I was at a special 2 there and I wanted to drop her there, but I get to a special 2 through the means of the special 1 and stealing her power. Then we go ahead and release that and she's toast. So now we're going to go ahead and move up to the mini section, and we have the boss as well. So the first mini that we have is White Magneto. I've taken this fight I don't know, it feels like I've taken this fight almost every single war. We're not going to elect for a pre-fight. Some of my alliance mates dropped some pre-fights on him. By pre-fight I mean torch pre-fight. We're not going to drop that on him. It's absolutely unnecessary. They dropped a few Reed pre-fights and they dropped the white mag on white mags, which is kind of funny, just because they had extra ones, and if you could use them, why not? So this time I'm going to go for medium, light, medium twice, and then I'm going to heavy. This is what I should have done the previous war, but the previous war I never heavied, and when you heavy you can get his Nova Flame going when he has built up relatively a small amount of smolders, excuse me. So there I go for the special 2, and then I go for a medium and then a heavy, and basically that's just to keep me staying on Nova Flame and keep on and putting those on him. He only gets off 1 of his specials, and then that's lights out. So my alliance mate moves up to this Mangog. I took Mangog last war. No issues. This war, there's going to be some issues. Spoiler alert. I do not make it out of this fight the way that I should have. And it's quite frustrating, but I'll explain it along the way. There I'm just waiting for him to drop the pre-fights. I take the opportunity to go ahead and top off my torch. Like I said, this was a close war, very close war, and I didn't want to botch it for my team, and I know none of my alliance mates want to botch it. It's just stuff happens sometimes. So I'm going to use my torch pre-fight on this Mangog. We have our reed debuffs, we have our white mag debuff, or pre-fight, excuse me. So we're all set and prepared. I'm mentally prepared, and like I said, I've taken Mangog. I'm not scared of Mangog. I know he can be dangerous on here, but I understand the fight and what to expect normally. So the strategy going into here was to try to bait out his special 1 as much as possible and to keep up the reed debuffs. There I do a 3-hit, and then I go ahead and do a heavy. And now he throws his special 1, which is really good. We're going to dex out of the last part, and that's going to be the strategy for as long as we can. Look, he's almost at half health right now with this, so the strategy is working really well. He backs off a little bit, but that's okay. We re-parry there. Now he's up to a special 2. Obviously he throws it. It almost kills me a little bit, so now I got to play real careful. See that lag? And then I take a punch to the face while it was lagging. Like, look, I'm not opposed to getting punched in the face, but he literally punched me in the face while the game was lagging. There was nothing I could do about that. So I throw my special 3 to get my health back, and now he throws a special 1. All I gotta do is hold block. What in the world? Okay, so my block drops while I'm holding block, and he had 89 health left. I'm gonna say that again, 89. So I stopped recording because I died, but I hurry up and go back in once I fill up on health, and I have to tell my alliance mates, because they're all like, the dude's at 1%, what happened? And I'm like, dude had 89 health. That's it. One more tick, he would have been dead. But when Kabam wants to throw all these bugs and stuff at you, it's really frustrating when there's nothing you can do about that. That fight was won. I definitely had him, and yeah, I just get punched in the face, ironically enough. So yeah, this is me explaining to my alliance mates. I'm super peeved at this point, but is what it is. I still got a job to do. I got to go against this Mojo boss, so I can't, dwell on it too much. I still got to stay focused for the team. We're still technically winning at this point. It's just I didn't want to give up a death. So all the pre-fights are placed on Mojo. I have to go in with another invulnerability boost because obviously the time has elapsed on the first one that I went in with. And with this Mojo fight, I mean, it's the same strategy. I go in with Dex just in case, but the point is to try to keep up the pre-fights that I received from Mr. Fantastic, and we do an okay job at that on this fight. They do drop off at some point, but we do want to bait out his special 1 because it gives us a ton of smolders, and then we just want to constantly rinse and repeat. There I dex, as you can see, and that was because I was late to moving back, so it counted as a dex. So I got a little bit of DGN on me, so I said, okay, let me be a little more cautious and careful of doing that. And I don't know, that Mangog fight really threw me off. I'm not making excuses or anything for how I'm playing. I'm just saying sometimes when you're in a high stress situation, the slightest thing that gets you to think a certain way throws you off for the entirety of however long you're doing your fights. And that's kind of what's happening here. Obviously he's dropping. I do solo him. It's not really an issue. It's just I could have played this fight so much cleaner, and towards the end here, as you see, it's just getting really sloppy. And that's just because my mind is not where it needs to be. It's not as focused as it should be on this last fight. And that's the reality of it, guys. Sometimes you gotta pay attention to that type of stuff. But yeah, there's the solo. We ended up winning this war, thank God. It was closer than we wanted. My BG won 4-5, but 4 deaths is way too much. Overall, we won 9-11. And Asian Sensation, he got number 1, I got number 2. RAB. So names that you constantly hear. You guys are beasts. Good war to you guys, and hopefully we'll see you again. As always, thank you for stopping by, guys, and thank you for watching.